audience and welcome to Expendables News.
Our partners the Arturos are hospitalized, but thank God they are safe and sound.
Right now, they are leave at the hospital to give this week's news.
Hey,
What do
the show.
Thanks, girls.
We're transmitting here at the hospital
Yeah.
because, as you remember, they attacked us last week. And it hurts. Hey.
Excuse me, public. Seems like we've been sleeping a lot lately. Cause as you may recall from last week's news report, we were attacked by extremists over there at Jerusalem. So now we are at the hospital transmitting back to you, public.
They saved us
Yeah.
from that horrible place.
And we are doing this because we love you.
Yeah, we love you, and our boss loves us to work. Even if we are in the hospital, all destroyed, and you know,
So say hi to my new hand.
your new no hand.
Yeah, my new lack of hand.
Whatever. On the news.
We got this week, there's been negotiations between Israel and Palestine this week. Finally, they got together, they had a meeting with Mrs. Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and they seem to be doing well this time.
Well, Miss Hillary Clinton is trying to avoid the same things his husband started with those countries, like same borders, well, almost the same borders and the same agreements, but it's just stuck because Mr. Netanyahu said he won't be doing any settlement until the 26th.
As you may recall, during the Bill Clinton's administration, we had something very similar happening going on. So Mrs. Clinton just tried to take those ideas that came from her husband's administration back to these negotiations. As my partner said, the main ideas are same borders, developing a new plan of the distribution of lands for both Palestine and Israel. But yeah.
And they seem to be having trouble with the agreements, but they both want to come to a solution and have peace after so many years of being fighting.
The issue is still Jerusalem, because as we know, Jerusalem is a very important city for both Israel and for Palestine, so both want to have it. But it's being, but what they want, what Hillary Clinton wants, is to divide Jerusalem into the Palestinian Jerusalem and to Israel Jerusalem. This was already done before, this proposed before.
And they have also been discussing about West Bank, because that is also an important place for both countries, so they're trying to discuss about the future of that place too. But there's been some problems, but they're supposed to be trying to solve them.
Are you okay, man?
Yeah. It's just that my ribs hurt.
No. Bless you. Yes, as we saw before, West Bank is having some troubles right now, as it was supposed to be holding elections, but these supposed elections just brought more conflicts. Recently, a general was killed over at the West Bank. And
so there's been a lot of trouble over this issue, and we can only hope that peace is going to be brought soon.
But if you can remember, during Bill Clinton's administration, these same issues were already being treated, and the same propositions were made. But what was the difference between the Bill Clinton administration and today?
There were different representatives from each country, different prime ministers, different presidents, and the presidents and prime ministers that are in work right now they seem to really want to have peace. So that might be the thing that changed today, this time, I don't know, but it seems positive up to this point.
Yeah, as you may notice, well, Obama's administration is now putting their whole efforts into peacemaking
Yeah.
in Israel
And in the world.
Yeah, in the world. But something that, yes, as you say, it's very different. Prime ministers, for example, Prime Minister Netanyahu is now a little bit more open to negotiations.
Yeah,
And
supposedly.
Prime ministers from both sides, both Israel and Palestinian sides, they are more open. They like really want to settle an agreement now. To stop
And they
this
seem to
fighting.
have an arrangement. They seem to have. It seems like they have been agreed on some things, but you know, there's always trouble with this issue, especially because that the religion issue that goes around everything in this topic.
Yeah. And talking about Israel, it seems to be going a little bit under pressure, under danger, because it's been said that recently Iran and Russia have been sending missiles to Syria, which is a country just next to Israel, which this may put Israel into trouble. But our partners are gonna talk a little bit about this, so we'll go to them.
Yeah, nice idea.
Thanks, Arturo. As you said, Iran and Russia are sending missiles to Syria, which is Israel's neighbor. And this made the United States feel uneasy.
Yes, so a United States hacker called Austin Kiev developed a software that helps the Iranian resistance.
Last year, the resistance used Twitter and Facebook to upload videos about police brutality.
But the government shut them down. That's where the software is supposed to help.
Yes, it's about anti-censorship, but instead it helped the government track down the oppositors.
In the end, it caused more trouble than aid.
Well, that's all for today. But before we leave, let's go back to our partners, the Arturos.
Hey! It's our turn!
It's our turn!
Ah, that morphine was good! So yeah, audience, that's it for today. And we love you so much. And we are here because of you.
Look!
And
I'm a turtle! Turtle! Turtle!
like turtles.
I like turtles too.
Well, shut up.
What?
Thanks, audience, for being with us today. We invite you to our next show. You know where to find us. And you know we'll be bringing the news to you as you love them.
We can wait for it to be 26th of September
Yeah, we hope it's 26.
for the negotiations to carry on.
Settlements will be done and everything will be solved and there will be peace.
That's it.
And we love Mr. Netanyahu. And thanks, audience. See you next